Welcome to Tragget. In this video, I am going to introduce Tragget to you, what we do and how Tragget benefits all the users like construction sites, truck companies, truck brokers, and of course, truck drivers. This is about better utilization of the dump trucks. Stay tuned. Tragget was born from the need to improve business processes in the dump truck industry and move away from manual paper-based tracking and approvals. The dump truck business has been running on paper tickets since the invention of the wheel. Why fix it if it is not broken? Truth is that system is broken and everyone knows it. People don't necessarily know how much this broken system costs different entities and users. As an example, construction sites that use dump trucks, they can't plan properly as the current system functions on the hope that they get trucks the very next day. They see how many dump trucks they got only at the end of the day, based on how many yellow tickets they have. Time and money are spent on tracking the progress, people at the gates of the construction sites counting dump trucks going in and out. Understanding the cost structure, and getting billing done after all this, takes Hercules' efforts from construction sites. Truck brokers and trucking companies face the daily challenge of finding and assigning trucks to customers' requests. This process can be time-consuming and costly, as invoicing is often based on unknown rates. Tragget eliminates much of the manual labor associated with this process and makes it easier to track the trucks, keeping them secured and improving safety. The app automates billing for construction companies, making it easy to get accurate costs and keep track of where your money is going. The drivers are responsible for getting the tickets signed and shared with trucking companies and brokers. Drivers fill out the tickets and write down what was done. That is on top of all the driving, and everyone in the process hopes that handwriting is easy to read. Drivers often are also trucking companies, one-man businesses, or small trucking companies where the owner drives as an example when filling the driver. The current system is labor-intensive, error-prone, and time-consuming. Tragget streamlines this process by automating the writing of tickets and the sharing of data. The Tragget platform gives brokers and trucking companies tools to manage the requests, build their network of trucks and assign them to the jobs. Tragget itself is not a trucking company. Our platform helps trucking companies and truck brokers to be more efficient and focus on the core business. For the construction sites, one of the biggest challenges is the answer to the question, can I get trucks for my project? The current system functions in the hope that the site gets trucks the very next day. Trucking companies and construction companies are often left counting trucks going in and out, trying to understand the cost structure, and getting billing done after all this. A construction company is starting a project in 3 weeks and needs 10 tandem transfer combinations per day for 2 weeks. The company writes down the descriptions and dispatches these future jobs to their brokers and/or trucking companies. These vendors can start looking at their availability during the time and dispatching tickets further. Within the next day or two, some companies and drivers might decline these truck requests, but this just gives opportunities to find and dispatch those tickets to new or other vendors. Within the Tragget platform, requests for trucks are redispatched until they are accepted by a driver. Now, the construction site has all those tickets assigned with a truck and a driver. Brokers and trucking companies know who is driving and what. And lastly, the drivers have their days planned. This gives comfort for any person, especially those one-man trucking companies. Tragget talks data points like who dispatched the job, what was the rate, and what is applicable to the job. Tragget helps everyone to see the data that is relevant to them so they can focus on the job they have on their hand. In the current paper-based processes, it is difficult if not impossible to put all this information together. Tragget makes it possible for everyone to have this information at their fingertips so they can be more efficient in their work. There are many reasons to move away from comfortable paper usage, but it feels like a huge change and unnecessary risk involved. But is risk real, and how does it weigh with the benefits? At Tragget, we offer a 100% risk-free proposition for all construction sites that need trucks, trucking companies, and truck brokers. By creating an account and setting your company up at www.tragget.com, that is www.tragget.com. When you have your account ready, simply invite your brokers and trucking companies, add your company users, and add your trucks and drivers to the platform, all without any risk. Still feeling unsure? Let's assess your risk at this point. If you are a trucking company, you have set up your trucks and trailers, you have set your drivers, and you have invited your vendors. Now you have a fleet of trucks ready to be assigned jobs. And if you are a broker, and you have invited your vendors to your account. All this means that you are ready to assign the trucks to the jobs. And let's do the same as a construction site, set up the account, and invite the vendors. Last, set up your project in there. Nothing has happened yet, no risk, as this doesn't cost you any money. Times goes by and your project needs a few trucks in 3 weeks, set the dispatch, and send that to your vendor. Follow how those dispatch tickets are filling up with truck and driver information, and how those pending ticket statuses change to accepted status. This doesn't cost you anything, you are still using your familiar vendor. Now the difference is that you know if you have trucks for your project, and you probably will, as your vendor network is ready. There is no risk for anyone. Tragget has recorded all those data points to everyone. What is the job? Where is it? Who is my vendor? And so on. No more late text messages. Can you do this?